Hello, beautiful people of Earth. It's Thursday and I'm doing a video. Oh my God, amazing. Um, of course, I haven't done any drawing, but I did find an old portfolio full of stuff, and I wanted to show you. Sorry, I'm going to make a deal with you. This is not BS this time. But this is how I drew Leopold and Brink 1 on paper with, non-digitally. And I have just recently written a new ending to that, Lab 5, which is about 6 pages. Is that right? 8 pages? I don't know. Not that many pages, but I'm going to do them like this. I'm going to do most of the book. I'm not, but I'm going to do them first. And I won't let you screen grab them to spoil the ending. It's not really much of an ending. It's kind of like a feeling after the plot is finished. But it's part of the plot. Anyway, that's going to be fun. It's going to get me nervous. I haven't touched a brush in a long time. And the crazy thing about brush, I eventually got to the Winsor Newton number 7, like you're supposed to, but I did the first Leopold and Brink with a Tombow. It astounds me thinking back that I did that. I did get some nice, it's pretty here and there. When I met Craig Thompson, Mr. Superstar, beautiful, amazing cartoonist creature, he said he was a fan of my work. I'm like, shut up, kid. I didn't say that, I was very appreciative. But yeah, the Tombow does some nice flowy stuff. Anyway, and here's the first, the cover. And I was really new to Photoshop at the time when I did all the layout, and it's just ugly. It's an unattractive comic, Leopold and Brink number 1, but it came out into the world, so I'm proud of it. Oh, but this, I did love. I thought this was all Leopold and Brink art in this portfolio, and it mostly is. In fact, what is all this stuff? Here's from number 1. Oh, number one. And then here's the background to the sketch background to this postcard, which was for a show in France. Still number 1. That's cool. Man, number 1 is thick. Number 2. Sad one. Oh, and then this embarrassing thing. Ooh, okay. Put number 1 back together. And then I've got my Study Lab art here. Study Lab was the thing I followed up the comics that I put out to try to sell as an educational supplementary materials for classrooms. And did several of those. A lot of sketchy stuff, layouts for the next Study Lab I was going to do on violence, which would have been timely. Oh, Peter Pineseed, it's fun. All right, it's just a bunch of nonsense. But, here's and I mentioned this, I actually put the whole page of this in the book. The Vanity Fair party that Larry Fink took me to help him, that he photographs for Vanity Fair. I did a strip that Graydon Carter loved, and that was a big deal for me. I thought, oh, I'm going to be Vanity Fair Shel Silverstein. And then nothing ever came of that. It's a good strip, though. Okay, but this one, oh shit, where's that? Damn it. Okay, I'll just show it here. So I put this comic out in January 2000, and I wanted to just have something come out at the turn of the millennium. I thought that was cool. And it's called Future Fantastic, and I'm very proud of the story. There's 3 little stories in there. The first one I'm really proud of, but the art's, I meant it to be crude on purpose, but I didn't develop that style, so it's not great. Anyway, the little comic, like comedic backup story is called Go World. And that iteration was the one I'd written quite a few issues for, thinking I was going to take Fink Inc. Presents Future Fantastic several months into the year 2000, but publishing comics is it's for professionals. Yes, you should self-publish just because that's how the world is trending, and it's good if you can self-promote and you have a network, get that stuff out there. But anyway, but I picked up the Go World idea again and just thought I had a fresh idea on it. So I wanted to, I wrote a bunch of it, but this is the only page I drew. I was going to do it as a normal strip, so I was going to walk you through the strip because I find it fun and provocative, at least. And I'm tempted to do Lennon's accent. John Lennon stars in this alongside the historical Jesus, because obviously they're buds in the afterlife, even though neither of them believed in that. But John Lennon was my first father figure, so doing his accent as poorly as I would, though it might be entertaining, maybe I'll just give it a try just to make myself laugh. Okay, so I guess I've thrown up the first two, maybe. What fits? We'll do one at a time. Okay. I just can't do it. This path is, I'll just read it as myself because it's just going to hurt too much. Maybe if I throw an English sound in there, forgive me. This path is good for inspiration, full of real characters. What the? In the background. Jesus, look out, it's Christ. Oh my God, what am I doing a Scouser for? Oh. Okay, but this is, the historical Jesus, a Jewish carpenter man, and the fictional Jesus. And he's pissed off and punches the historical Jesus in the face. Peace, brother, we were just... What are you doing here? This is my turf now. Let's beat it out here, mate. This Joko looks serious. Get them! What's that fascist doing in my park? I've never seen him in the city before. Meanwhile, downtown. I want answers. I thought you told me that you got rid of those renegades. I'll take things into my own hands if you can't. Just calm down. I've sent some of the boys to pick them up. Looks safe. Let's go back underground. And just as all the... all right, so Go World essentially is about every deity that we've ever dreamed of is real, and was just living on another distant planet, and they came back because we've discovered that planet. And this kind of goes for worshipped humans too, like my boy John. But Jesus is in charge of all the corporate characters. By the way, if you're Christian, I don't mean this as, I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan of, that dude. Not so much the one portrayed in the famous Gospels. He's pretty great throughout a lot of it, but he's also, it's not as real. You could just tell. But they're trying to get to safety, the two superpower team, and they get picked up. You're welcome, sight love. Oh my God, this accent is it's even worse. And she says, it's not safe to be out in the open right now. You should know better, John. I was minding my own business when, hang on a sec. She drops them knowing she could pick them up real fast. Also, the historical Jesus, I guess he isn't full of superpowers. So they would probably, I don't know what would happen if I never thought about that, if they smashed on the ground. But she turns around and smacks a couple gods that are trying to interfere, just to keep the boys safe. And that's the beginning of the adventure. Oh my God, this is so weird. And my accent, I'm so sorry to Yoko Ono and John's family and everyone who has ears. Anyway, I love the look of that. I I think a lot of that simplified human style, which I did this, I mean, 20 years ago. It was really old now. But I hadn't drawn since then until like 2019, and I came up with some lovely styles I like. And this is part of it. I think Leap on a Brink 5 might look a lot like that. That's show and tell time, I guess. Maybe I'll throw up one of those things, because it's been a while. And I'll say goodbye and keep it shortish. And I love you all, and I hope you're doing good and taking care of yourself. And if you can, take care of other people too. Be nice to yourself. It's hard, but you got to do it. You really do, even if you feel that it's selfish. But definitely be nice to everybody else. I'll see you next time. Take care of yourself. Oh my God. That formed kiss, that could be for all of you. I'll give you a kiss to all of you. But Andrea, if you're watching this, I'm not cheating on you with the entire planet. I'm kind of, when I get off a video call, I'm used to sending you a goodbye kiss. Goodbye.